Earlier this year, Hong Kong Harbour was the start line for IDEC Sport's attempt to break the legendary T-Clipper route record, sailing non-stop from Hong Kong to London. The attempt was the end leg of the six-stage IDEC Sport Asian Tour between Europe and Asia, which had begun in 2019. Marketing director for IDEC Sport was Fabrice Tomaso.
We're at the Royal Hong Kong Yacht Club for the last stage of an incredible journey, with the focus now on breaking this record. It's the last leg, the most beautiful route between Hong Kong and London. It's an historic record, the famous T route, and one that Francis Joyon and his team are eager to break. The history of the T route is all about the ships that left Hong Kong in the 19th century, bound for England, laden with tea. It was common knowledge that the first to arrive would get a better deal for their cargo, which is why the ships had to be fast. Over the years, the clippers evolved, and the time taken by them to make the journey became shorter and shorter.
The crew attempting to break the T route record were led by legendary French yachtsman Francis Joyon, the former record holder for the fastest solo circumnavigation of the globe.
The current record was set by Giovanni Soldini, who did it in 36 days. It's a long and challenging route. You go down through the China Sea to the Sunda Strait, which sometimes has dead calm waters, and then into the Indian Ocean. Then it's across to the Cape of Good Hope, which can be another challenging section to navigate. From there, we head up the Atlantic and then into the English Channel before arriving in London.
Joyon would be joined on board by his son Corentin, Antoine Blouet, Christophe Houdet and Bertrand Delaine.
It will be difficult to beat the time set by Giovanni Soldini. I know him well, and I know he had very good weather conditions, a great crew, and a fast boat. Everything performed beautifully for them. But that's what's great about it for us. It gives us even more motivation to have such a challenging target to chase.
The morning of the start saw moderate weather conditions as Joyon and his crew got underway.
His qualities, especially his tenacity, are well known. Francis may be 63, but he fights like he's 35. He's a sportsman. He loves challenges and coming out on top. He's been partnering with the IDEC group for 18 years, and he's been successful with everything he's attempted to do. So, why not again, this time?
Despite some challenging conditions early on, the IDEC crew made good progress and were 290 kilometres ahead of the record after just 2 days of sailing. Exposed to reduced visibility and violent winds once they made it out to the Indian Ocean, the crew had to cope with 2 active low-pressure systems heading east to Madagascar. In spite of these, the crew still managed to maintain their record pace. Nicknamed the Famous Five by Joyon, the crew's progress slowed as they headed towards the Cape of Good Hope. But a series of tactical manoeuvres helped the boat enter the Atlantic at its optimal speed.
We crossed the Cape of Good Hope last night. We had a stormy first half with the crossover passage in the Indian Ocean, but now we're in the Atlantic. Hopefully it will be a little more pleasurable and faster. We're still within record time. Hopefully we can maintain this. The team are doing well. We're all healthy and everything is in tip-top condition.
Joyon's decision to take an extended tack west saw them bypass the doldrums before taking advantage of the gentle winds north of St Helena. With the boat just 1,500 kilometres from the finish line, and despite the crew being a comfortable 1,100 kilometres ahead of Giovanni Soldini's record, Joyon described the final stretch as being in survival mode.
Right now we have a lot of wind and we're expecting a lot more in the late afternoon as we move into the evening. We're going to slow down a little so that we arrive at the River Thames in the early morning.
Having tackled the best that Mother Nature had thrown at them, Joyon and his crew still had to be cautious in the shipping lanes as they approached the finish line at London's Queen Elizabeth II Bridge. Having covered a distance of over 25,000 kilometres between Hong Kong and London, Joyon and the IDEC Sport team broke the record by over 4 days, taking 31 days, 23 hours and 36 minutes to set a new record for the T route.
I'm very happy to have arrived in London and delighted to have broken the historic T route record. I think we have something very special on this boat. The team that prepares her during the year is the same team that raced to London. The boat was very well prepared. The crew knew her very well and were very motivated. And all of that played a part in our achievement.
Joyon and his crew's record-breaking feat also saw them complete the journey in nearly a third of the time it took the original T-clippers back in the 19th century.
It's one of world sailing's great records. I'm just grateful that we were up to the challenge.